The half-back flank, good play by Mitchell. Mitchell gets the ball across to David Shaw, but the ball is coming perilously close to the boundary line, but coming in for Geelong is O'Neill. Here's bumped aside. Coming in now is Walker. Walker gets it, handballs it back to O'Neill. Good football by Geelong. And O'Neill looks for a pass towards Goggin, but it was misdirected, picked up by Mitchell. Mitchell kicks it towards the centre of the ground, where we see Somerville, and good play by Blue. He punches it 20 or 30 yards down towards their forward line, and for Geelong is Roy West. Roy West picks the ball up, kicks it up strongly towards their half-forward line, where Shelton and Wooler go. Backing him up was Shelton. Shelton gets the ball, handballs it across to Blue. It's picked up by Brown, but Shelton's coming in, and it's a free kick against Essendon. It looks like for throwing the ball or for holding it, and it will be taken by Brown.
Holding the man. Holding the man.
Holding the man, Polly? Oh, well, it could have been two.
Here is Brown on the centre wing with Blue on his mark, kicking the ball to centre half forward, and again the Geelong team having trouble engaging their drop kick bounce off this turf. It was another poor kick. Goggin in front of the pack, kicks it wide into the corner out there, way into the corner, but it's over the line in front of Wooler. Throw in on the half forward line. Viner goes up against Leake. Leake's the tallest and heaviest man on the ground. Shelton on the ground, gives it across to Mitchell. Mitchell kicks the ball in towards the centre of the ground. Alistair Lord playing in front of Beisel, races forward. Kicked off the ground by Rice. It's into the full forward pocket. Doran leads Miller in the race for the ball. Gets his kick in first too, and is going over the line in the full forward pocket on the Olympic stand side, with Geelong still attacking in this first quarter the Richmond goal. Attacking it without success. 1 goal, 8 at this stage. Essendon are 2 goals, 3 and still in front. The ball is kicked forward by Hamer after the bounce, after the throw-in. Up Miller goes, but he's too early. David Shaw appeals for the mark. So does Fred Wooler. Who's the umpire going to give that one to?
He must give it to Wooler. Must give it to Wooler. Wooler had it all the way in mind. I thought that Wooler came in from the side using his great judgment to advantage, and he's definitely on top of Shelton, and he's well within kicking distance, 20 yards out on a 45-degree angle. Geelong's captain. Freddie Wooler shot, and this time he's on target, and this is the badly needed goal that Geelong needed, kicked by their captain, Freddie Wooler.
15 marks so far to Geelong and 11 to Essendon. Free kicks are 10 to Geelong and 4 to Essendon. They have it both ways.
Geelong's 2 goals, 1 kick by Miller, 1 kick by Wooler. Essendon's 2 goals, 1 by Burt and 1 by Leake.
Bob Nunn umpiring his first semi-final, bounces the ball perfectly above the centre circle, tapped down by Leake, but where's his rover? It's sharked by Geelong, but now Shelton comes through. The Geelong team mucked it up. Now they've got hold of it through Brown. Brown is just about to deliver the ball onto the half-forward line when a free kick goes to Essendon. Gets derisive cheers from the crowd, who thought it was a bit overdue. That is the Essendon fans, and Shelton gets a free kick being held but not in possession. The ball onto the half-forward line, escapes Fraser. It's gone out. Fraser punches it now towards Clark. Clark has hold of the ball and he's clear. He's short passing onto the boundary line towards Ken Timms, who's up from the pocket. He flick passes it across to Clark. Clark runs it in and kicks it short. His mark's going to be spoiled. Yes, Rogers' mark was spoiled. Punched away by Terry Callan, and Rosenau backs up nicely and kicks the ball to the half-back flank, taken by Capuano. Essendon into attack with a spirited drive right on the siren for first quarter. The ball has been marked by Fraser upfield and is well within kicking distance, but the angle is quite severe. He's just inside the line. He's only 5 yards inside the boundary line in front of the Graysmith stand. He kicks it badly again. Kicking has been poor. It's out towards Burt, drops it. Burt tries to pick it up again. Now he's got hold of it. He has already kicked a goal for Essendon. His short pass is going to find a teammate. It has. It's found Hugh Mitchell upfield, and Hugh Mitchell is on an angle of 20 degrees and 35 yards from goal.
Usually a reliable kick, Hughie Mitchell. Will probably kick a drop kick. He likes these kicks. Here he is coming in to have it. It is a drop kick, and it's going straight towards the centre of the goals. And it's a goal to Essendon, kicked by the reliable Hughie Mitchell. He's deadly when he's within kicking distance. Angles don't make any difference to him. He's always relied on the drop kick, and they're very accurate for him. That is his first goal, Essendon's third. 3 goals, 3 Essendon 21, leading Geelong 2-8, 20, very close to quarter time.
Mitchell has had more kicks at this stage than any other player on the ground. He has had 11 kicks and he's scored 1 goal. Here's the bounce up, and can Geelong get it forward? Picked up by Hamer. They stand a good chance. Essendon playing well. It's a ding-dong semi-final. Beautifully picked up by Davis. Davis puts the boot into the ball. It doesn't go too well for timing. Picked up by Timms. Timms' left foot hook shot is going to fall 10 yards short of the goal square. They appeal for a mark here. Somerville puts his hands up in the air, but it's not allowed. The ball is out towards Fraser. Fraser is bumped and put down by Rice. Rice hooks it out there with a boot towards West. West kicks the ball up towards the centre of the ground, and waiting behind and taking it nicely is Alec Eppes. Eppes well up from the half-back line. He's in the centre of the ground.
Shouldered Devine beautifully out of the road and used his bulk to advance. Here's a lovely kick by Epps, well up towards the forward line. 10 minutes Geelong plays flying, but there's a chance for Essendon. Kicked off the ground by Cleland. It's still up in the air. Rosen now goes for it. Now has another chance for Cleland. A left foot kick up towards the centre of the ground. Alistair Lord goes for it and has marked the ball. He's well in front of Beisel, and this should be a few yards brought back. He's hanging on to Lord to stop him from getting away.
Goal scorers for Geelong are Miller and Wooler, and for Essendon, Burt, Leake and Mitchell, as Lord kicks the ball into the half-forward line. Down in front is Jeff Leake, going for the crumbs. That's a change. Kicks the ball into the half-forward line towards Hugh Mitchell, who's been right in the play. Clever play by Mitchell, just doesn't come off. He tried to knock it forward. Alistair Lord going in hard for the ball, trying to pick it up now. He's brushed aside by two Essendon players. He's put down. Free kick to Alistair Lord, tripped or pushed. He's on the centre wing on the outer flank.
Here is the 1962 Brownlow medalist, Alistair Lord, on the centre wing. A good drop kick well up towards the centre half-forward position, looking for Wooler. And Charlton, they're having duels, but as Mackenzie comes in for Essendon, kicks the ball down towards the centre half-forward position for Essendon. And Fox comes through for Geelong, but Fraser sharked it. Fraser gets his left foot to it, not a very good kick, and it's straight towards Callan. Callan can't quite pick the ball up. Now he does. Handballs it across to himself, really, and kicks it up. Good play by Callan. Viner badly misjudged the mark, and Epps comes through strongly for Essendon, and he's very close to the boundary line, and he might be paid a free kick. I think he was pushed in the back, and it's a free kick to Epps on the centre wing position. This strong Essendon half-back flanker playing a good game for Essendon up to the first quarter anyway, and on his mark is Geelong's vice-captain Devine. Here is Epps about to kick the ball across towards the centre. There's the quarter-time siren, and Essendon are 3-3-21, leading Geelong 2-8-20 at quarter-time by 1 point.
Ball is out of bounds. 7 goals, 6 Essendon, 6 goals, 11 Geelong. It's 1 point the difference, 48-47. As they go in for it now, Sutherland up high. Behind the play, Burt having a... No, he's passing it towards Mitchell. Mitchell's in front, has the ball. He's marked spoilt by Fox, and chasing the ball is Goggin. Goggin into stride, bounces it twice. Jeff Leake going up and down the one spot as little Billy Goggin goes ahead. Goggin kicks the ball on the half-forward line with the ball. Geelong. They get the ball onto the flank, chasing it Devine. Devine has kicked the goal. He's tackled by Epps. Epps has hold of him in a firm clasp. The ball has gone forward. Epps appeals for a free kick, holding the ball, but the umpire says play on. Viner has a kick for the sticks. It's only one behind, and the all clear is sounded.
Well, there's Bobby Nunn's first mistake for the day in my book. He blew his whistle. The players were absolutely nonplussed. They didn't know what to do. They stood still. And Viner had the ball, and Bob Nunn called play on. It was bad luck for Essendon, just as well Geelong didn't score a goal.
That, incidentally, is Viner's first kick, which will surprise many Geelong fans. And we've been playing 3 minutes into time on the second quarter of the second semi as Doran kicks out to the members' wing. Alistair, it was Devine and Brown flying against one another, allowing Essendon to pick up the crumbs, and it's Epps kicking the ball out of bounds on the centre wing and colliding just before they reach the ball. Fox, number 24 for Geelong, and Somerville, number 19 for the Dons. A throw-in directly across the centre. It splits the ground in two. Here's the throw-in. Leake going up against two of them. That's the Geelong tactics. They've got two against Leake. Goggin races away with the ball. Stab pass wide to Wooler. Wooler drags it down. What a glorious pass Bill Goggin is. And Wooler seems to know exactly what he's going to do. He can read his mind the whole way.
Yes, his anticipation. He knows just how well Billy Goggin can kick, and he knows where to go to get the ball. And that helps Billy Goggin to deliver to him properly.
Wooler is 65 yards from goal. He's on the inside running. It's a beautiful kick. It's going into the goal square. Look at him go. Sutherland up. Couldn't hold onto the mark. Rice has a chance for another goal. And he boots it right off the side of the boot, as you can see.
That was a bad mistake by Rice. He had all the time in the world. He even steadied himself, as Goggin did earlier in the game, but his kicking for goal was atrocious.
He has now kicked 2 goals, 1. Very nearly had 3 goals straight on the board as Doran boosts it out onto the members' wing again. Behind, Blue, number 14, picking it up, however, Geelong. They get the ball forward through Sutherland towards Goggin. Goggin going fast again. He fends off Epps with one hand, now has to try and get around him. He won't this time. Epps pulls him down, appeals for holding the ball, gets it. Epps free kick in front of the Graysmith stand. Epps playing very well in the back line.
That was a good decision by umpire Nunn, because Goggin had plenty of chances to get rid of it. A good kick by Epps towards the centre of the ground, and behind the pack is Sutherland, and he has marked the ball. The others misjudged the flight of it. It was a better kick than they anticipated. There's the half-time siren, and we go to the half-time interval with Geelong leading by 1 point, 6-13 to 7 goals 6.
Kicks the ball to centre half forward, and waiting behind is Goggin. Goggin, number 35. Shaw is pushed down. Shaw's kick, what would you say for, Ian?
I thought he was pushed in the back by the Geelong player, Devine.
11 free kicks to 6 Essendon's way in this quarter. Shaw's kick has been marked by Paul Viner, who was on the centre wing on the outer side. The scoreboard still shows 9 points, Essendon's favour, and we're into the time-on period. Shelton goes up, has hold of the ball. Shelton's mark. And the crowd don't seem to like Bluey today, but the Essendon fans find that he can do no wrong for them. It's a Viner's had 3 kicks in succession on that far wing. Kick to kick for him. Here he is, booting the ball to the flank, and Davis takes the mark. Davis on the half-back flank on the Olympic stand side, defending the Richmond goal for the Bombers, who are 9 points up with time on now being played in the third quarter. His kick is onto the half-forward line. Fraser tried to mark it. Grabbing it is Alistair Lord, been quiet for a while. Alistair Lord kicks the ball to centre half forward. Up goes Miller too early, and he cartwheels over the top of everybody, and he is down heavily on the ground, but now he's regained his feet. The ball in the meantime is kicked by the Essendon defence directly across the half-back line. Now Brown comes into the play. Brown coming upfield from the wing, kicks it into the goal square, and Doran takes a very timely mark. Nobody behind him to take it. Would have been a score had he not marked it.
Here is Paul Doran taking a timely mark for Essendon right in the goal square. On his mark is Gary Hamer. Paul Doran about to kick it out wide towards the half-back flank with a torpedo punt kick towards Jeff Leake. Alistair Lord is there. It's over the head. A chance for Charlton. Picks the ball up. Handballs it across to Beisel. Beisel across to Capuano. Good football by Essendon. And Capuano drives it up towards Fraser. Fraser is pushed, but it's chance for Goodland. Goodland comes in, well shepherded by Walker. Gets a left foot kick and kicks it back towards the centre wing position. Clark is there. Couldn't hold it. Now Beisel has a chance. And 2 players kick it off the ground. But Clark emerges with the ball. Looks for a lead from Payne. Kicks it towards him. And Payne has done it. And umpire none is called play on. A chance is picked up by West, and West has kicked it back towards the centre of the ground, and this will be a mark that will be talked about. And there's a chance now for Essendon in the best in the Russell Blue. Russell Blue kicks it back towards Fraser, and Fraser has marked the ball before Goodland can stop him. Fraser is on a half-forward flank and will kick it well up into the Essendon scorer's gun. He tries a short pass. It's a poor one, but Mitchell couldn't get it. Now he capitalises up, picks it up, kicks it with a towards goal. Going straight into the goal square. They fly for it, and it's a Geelong player, Roy West again, playing a great game for Geelong in this full-back position.
West will kick the ball to the members' wing again. From that end of the ground, they've been consistently doing that. The full-backs of both sides, Doran and West. In front, they battle for it hard. 2 kicking it off the ground, Rogers. Rice is in there for Geelong. Rogers comes through on the inside. Capuano picks it up instead. Capuano kicks the ball in towards the goal square again, and Payne marks this one. He didn't expect another opportunity such as he had before in such quick succession, but he gets it. And another sharply angled chance. 4.5 minutes of time on gone in this third quarter. A chance for Payne to put Essendon 15 points in front again in this quarter. A good kick, and he's done that. Essendon 15 points up, right on the siren for three-quarter time.
That's Payne's second goal for Essendon. Out of the 10 that they have kicked, Payne has kicked 2, and also Rogers and Fraser have kicked 2 each, and 1 each to Leake, Mitchell and Burt and Clark. Ball coming back towards the centre of the ground to umpire none. Jeff Leake in the ruck for Essendon with Mackenzie, and for Geelong, Sutherland and Lowe. Umpire none about to bounce the ball. Down she goes. Mackenzie goes for it and Lowe. Mackenzie wins it, but Jago Rice tries to kick it off the ground. He misses. Clark comes in, picks it up for Essendon, kicks it down towards the full forward position. West is coming out, and that should have been a free kick against Mackenzie, but he let it go, and it's going to go very close to the out of bounds, or 1 point. It's going to be a point to Essendon, and the ball just scraped in.
On the rampage. They've taken the game right away from Geelong, and here they look like doing it even more. Here's Burt having a kick for the sticks. He runs in quickly, taking full-back West's kick-off, and he boots it through for an out of bounds, evidently. Then 2 goals. The game held their interest to half-time when there was only 1 point the difference, and Geelong were in front then. But since then, Essendon have taken it right away from them. Here's Bird having another shot at the sticks, and he's done it again to become the second chief goal scorer in the match. Burt has 3 goals. Payne, of his side, has 4. Well, Polly, you're going to have to saddle up against Carlton next week.
Yes, it looks like that at the present moment. Geelong would have to perform a miracle to win this game at the present moment. It's right out of their grasp.
Still, they're not laying down. Here's Goggin getting the ball across to Stuart Lord, who gives it to Devine. Devine on the half-forward line is hotly pressed by Blue, who thinks the ball was touched on the way. The umpire agrees. Blue didn't, the fellow who took it, Devine, didn't know, so he had no chance of getting rid of it. The ball is bounced and knocked away by Timms onto the centre wing. Somerville down from the half-forward line for the Dons is chasing it. Has hold of the ball, is going to hand pass it across here to Blue. Blue, despite opposition from Stuart Lord, kicks it onto the half-forward line. Goodland nearly loses it, is pushed over by Timms, but kicks the ball back towards Blue, and Blue takes the mark, being clipped on the way through by Stuart Lord, who was spoken to by Alec Eppes. Essendon have had 70 marks to Geelong's 58. From the half-back line, almost on the centre wing, and kicking to the half-forward line, it's Blue, who is still holding his nose. The ball is taken by Goggin. Goggin finds Wooler with a superb pass, which he picks up just off the ground. Lovely pass from Goggin to Wooler. They play extraordinarily well together. And with Shelton on Wooler's mark, here's the Geelong captain playing his 100th game, putting a boot into a drop kick, which travels 60 yards in every inch of it. But the mark is taken by Doran, but a free kick is going to Davis. Davis pushed out in the pack, and it's his free kick. Davis on the half-back line for the Dons.
A drop kick by Davis, back to the centre of the ground, and a good mark for Geelong, taken by Lowe. Lowe in the centre, plays forward onto the half-forward line, looking over there for Hamer. He plays it forward down to the full forward zone. Up they go. Mackenzie went up high, knocked the ball down, taken by Mitchell. Mitchell clears it for Essendon. He's a good player, played well today. Gets it back to the half-back line. Up goes the Essendon player, Capuano. Capuano has taken the mark. Capuano, number 12, on the half-back line, plays it forward, back to the centre, finds Johnny Burt, making position well, and Burt has taken another mark for Essendon. Runs around onto his left foot, drives the ball forward onto the centre half-forward position. Up they go. Jeff Leake it is who takes the mark.
We're 22 minutes into the final quarter, 22 minutes of time gone. Essendon are going to bring on Graham Johnson to give him a run as Jeff Leake kicks the ball in short and finds Ken Timms. Graham Johnson, number 16, standing with one of the Essendon officials, and the man coming off is Blue. Johnson will take his place, wishes him well, and Johnson goes onto the field just as Ken Timms has a slam at the sticks and gets it through for 1 point. In front of John Coleman, obviously sensing an Essendon victory, which is beyond question at this stage. Several press photographers ready to take the reaction shot of the Essendon coach. It's Channel 9 at the second semi-final. A boil-over runaway for Essendon after a most exciting first half to the match. Spoilt by Geelong's bad kicking in the first quarter. A terrific revival by Geelong in the second quarter to get 1 point in front at half-time. Then Essendon sustained solid play throughout the last half. This is Timms on the half-forward line free side, using a torpedo punt, which is a towering kick. Gee, that's a long kick. That's a 65-yarder, and it's through for 1 point again. The scoreboard is 14-19, Essendon, and Geelong 7-17. 7 goals to the difference. 44 points is separating the sides. Just shows how strongly Essendon have come away in the last half. 1 point in Geelong's favour it was at half-time. This is Devine's mark on the half-forward line. Eppes races back to cover a free man downfield as Devine hurries back to get his kick in and looks for a lead. Wooler's giving it to him, but he kicks it over Wooler's head. Miller's out. Miller setting himself, has to try and go back. That was his undoing. He came out just a little too soon. The kick was too high for him. He tried to go back, but the hesitation was fatal, and the mark is taken by Doran. Doran's kick is into the centre of the ground. Leake is playing okay. The ball behind towards Beisel. Beisel from the centre of the ground kicks the ball with a long drop kick into the full forward zone. Up goes Charlie Payne. 5th goal could be coming up. Payne has 4 already. Could be his 5th coming up, and Essendon's 15. Essendon maintain their supremacy over Geelong, which has been noticeable in recent years. They have the wood on this Geelong team, and Geelong couldn't go into a grand final against them with any confidence after today's performance. Here's Payne kicking the ball in, and it's through for 1 point only. Essendon 14 goals, 20. So they've been pretty inaccurate in front too. Geelong's bad first quarter was most noticeable when they had 1-8 on the board. They finished the quarter with a goal, getting 2-8 at quarter time. Geelong are 7-17, Essendon 14-20 to be 7 goals, 3 in front. That's 45 points in front.
There's the kick out by West towards the centre of the ground, and Burt scouting the packs cleverly. It was Capuano kicks it down to the full-back position, but Roy West is there for Geelong. Marks the ball, plays on. Kicks it down towards the half-back flank, where we see Walker going for it, and Rogers, and it must be a free kick to Walker of Geelong. and umpire none has paid it this way.
Essendon are bringing off Mackenzie, and they're giving Sampson a run in the dying minutes of the game, so they're full complement of reserves now on the field as Geelong get the ball into the centre of the ground where Colin Rice takes the mark. Colin Rice was the player who fired Geelong back into the game in the second quarter when they were 21 points down with 2 excellent goals off his own boot. Now he is in trouble. He kicked into the man on his mark, Shaw, but Shaw ran over his mark and is being brought back 15 yards. The applause is for Mackenzie, who played a good game for Essendon, particularly in the last half. Mackenzie came right into the game to give the team a lot of pep in the last half. Rice gets his second kick, and he kicks it towards Charlton, who can't mark the ball. It's punched away from him by Wooler. Clark goes in for it, turns his shoulder into trouble. Alistair Lord is now in trouble, can't get rid of the ball. It's held onto his chest. He turns over to let the umpire see that. The umpire has a grin about it and will bounce it. All the fire has now gone out of the game. There is no chance of Geelong winning it. Essendon have played excellently and living up to the form which kept them on top of the ladder after the home and away season. Good hand exchange here. Their handball's been better than Geelong's too. Good handball. It's onto the centre wing. Here's Fraser coming into the play. He's been far from disgraced at centre half forward. He's played excellently. Tried to keep the ball in play. It was just over the line. The boundary umpire, feeling the pace of the game, which has been terrific, is slow in catching up with it. And now he has possession and will throw it in right in front of John Coleman. Up they go. McGrath goes up high and he gets a ride and he knocks it down, but Clark nearly sharked it. Clark then falls over. Rice jumps on top of him. Coming downfield from the back pocket is Terry Callan, who's been one of Geelong's few consistent players throughout the match. His kick is onto the half-forward line. Charlton very nearly takes another mark. He's been the best in the air with Fraser of his own side. Epps, another good Essendon player, has the ball. From the half-back flank, he kicks it out of bounds again in front of coach John Coleman.
Well, it looks like the end for Geelong. Essendon, in these last 20 minutes of the last quarter, proved just how good they are, and they had the stick on Geelong, and all we can hope is that Geelong can do a lot better against Carlton next week.
Our champion statistician Gary Pearce tells us that it's normal for a ball to go out of bounds 70 or 80 times in a match. In this game, it's only been out 49 times, and we are now 2 minutes into the time-on period.
There's Geelong trying to come into attack through Stuart Lord, but the ball is over the boundary line again on the centre wing position with Essendon well and truly in control. 7 goals, 3 in front. The throw in, and Sampson has come into the ruck straight away for Essendon, knocks it down to where Goggin tries to get away with it. The ball is held. It was held to him by Burt, and it's going to be a free kick against him. And Billy Goggin didn't like the decision. Burt gets it, plays on, kicks it short towards Jackie Clark, who has marked the ball. And it's going to be paid a mark. He skidded over the line with it. The boundary umpire nodded his head, and it's a mark to Clark.
Did you feel him feel his hamstring muscle?
Oh, no, I hope not. Well, here he is about to kick the ball. He seemed to run all right then. It's a lovely drop kick up towards the forward pocket. High above the pack is Timms, and it's Sampson, the new player, just come on, and Timms has marked the ball. Oh, he'd be within kicking distance, at least Sampson again. Sampson has marked the ball. On his mark is McGrath. He's about to have a shot for goal. It doesn't look too good. It's through for another point to Essendon, and they go further ahead with 14-21 to 7-17 in the dying stages of the game.
We have had 3 minutes of time on in the final quarter. The game is nearly over. It was over 20 minutes ago because Geelong could not have bridged the gap which the Essendon team with sustained play all day created. Stuart Lord goes down. Beisel having a tussle with him. Billy Goggin is in as 35. 16 is Graham Johnson on his 19th man. 19 is Somerville, punches the ball away over the line. It's in front of the Geelong group on the fence. There they are. Leo O'Brien closest to the camera as the Geelong secretary. Tom Morrow, chairman of selectors, there with Bob Davis, the coach. This is George McGrath on the ground as one of Geelong's reserves with the ball. Replaced Rosano, who went off with on a stretcher. The ball is taken by Clark. Clark is tackled by Alistair Lord. Alistair Lord grabbed him, then let him go. Was it holding the man or holding the ball? It's holding the man against Alistair Lord. He gives the kick away to Jack Clark, who is between the centre line and the half-forward flank. Essendon are kicking very successfully to the Richmond goal. There's a kick into the full forward zone. Fraser goes up high, couldn't hang on to it. Picked up by Roy West, who's played well, had 4 goals kicked against him, but Essendon have battered away in the last half, particularly at that forward zone so much that 4 goals against a full back to the opposing full forward is no disgrace.
There's the throw in, and Leake goes for it, knocks down towards Burt, but Goggin comes in to take it away from Burt. Somerville chips in, get a hand to it. Rice comes in, hits him hard, but Somerville has a shot, and it is attempted to mark by Roy West, but the ball beat him over the boundary line and out of bounds, very close to the Essendon behind post.
Apropos of remarks just made a moment ago, last time these teams played, Roy West did not have a goal kicked against him by Payne at all, but Payne today has kicked 4.
And there's Essendon again, but this time Paul Viner gets the ball, doesn't know what to do with it, handballs it across to Callan. Callan goes to handball it, puts it over it, and there's There's the end of the game, well umpired by Bob Nunn, whose first semi-final was excellent. And we see Johnny Coleman being congratulated by Harry Hunter and also by the Russell Blue, who just came off a while ago to give somebody else a run. Coleman is jubilant, as all the Essendon fans are. They go into the grand final. They must be happy. 14-21 to 7-17.